mean,
Yeah, I won't finish the series.
This whole concept is just being a dickhead. So injury-wise, who do we think is going to pull out with injuries or just not finish the entire season? I mean, it could be somebody that already has an injury, or if you just want to put some bad juju on a rider, you could say somebody just right off the bat.
Nobody wants to do that, John.
No, I know nobody wants to do that, but like, you know, people that are like prone to have shit happen, right? You know, I mean, you could say Sexton because the dude just seems like it's always something that happens where his consistency is like, if you say Dungy, you're just a dickhead because the dude hardly never, that's the reason why he's the diesel, right? But we talked enough about Dungy in the last video. Well, what are you thinking, Chris?
Well, the obvious one is Ken Roxon because we know he's got all the issues. But if I had to look past the blatantly obvious one of Ken Roxon, I'm going to look at somebody like Aaron Plessinger. He's been out. He's been riding outdoors. I don't know. I feel like he comes from a camp that has guys that tend to get overworked. He seems a little bit different this year. I hope he doesn't because he's one of the best personalities in the sport. But if I had to bet on, you know, over under making the season, I don't know if I'd go over on Aaron Plessinger. So
you do make a good point with him and Malcolm over there at the Baker's factory.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's funny how anybody that's gone through there, whether it's Anderson, Webb, Stewart, everybody's like, they're done with it. They want to do something else because like you're good for maybe a year and then you're out. So I could definitely see that. Coach, who are you thinking that might be an injury-wise? Somebody injury-wise.
Look that up, Coach.
I should probably Google that too.
No. You don't need to. You're good.
Well, as Michaela would tell you, I'm the king of hypocrite, right? If you watch the 450 already, our show on the 450 prediction, I had Tomac at the top, but I also have him on the injured. I don't know the magnitude of the knee injury. Nobody does. I think for Tomac, he's a defending Supercross champion. If the knee's bugging him a little bit, it buys him a few more months to be able to let that get either healed, either that or go under the knife and get it fixed if it's at that level. That's the guy I think would be the first one to tap out. It's like, I'm going to weigh the cost benefit. It's a long summer, twice the work. That's who I would see would be willing to go, you know what? It's just the cost benefit isn't there. We know that he re-upped on his Supercross contract for next year. So
Supercross only too.
Yeah, I think that says a lot about his desire for the outdoors. He's wrapped it up. He's looking at it. Yeah, I'll throw a token to the Star Yamaha guys, the KYB guys and all that have gotten him to look good. But do I think if there's even the slightest amount of discomfort, he's thinking cost benefit, he's always going to, hey, look at the whole Star program. Ferrandis did the same thing for outdoors to defend number one. Expect the same thing to see Tomac do the same thing for Star on Supercross.
I mean, I think we can't disagree with Kenny and Tomac potentially not fulfilling where we both think that they can win. I think we think Tomac has a better likelihood of being more dominant, but that injury with him, with his MCL compiled with him being Supercross champion, with him only racing Supercross only next year. Who's going to get injured on the 250 side?
Who are you talking to, me or Coach?
Oh, well, you probably can't see on my screen. I'm pointing to you, Cooksy.
I can't tell who you're pointing to. I thought you were Googling something. I don't know.
I tend to do that.
I hope I'm dead wrong, but if I had to go, if you're in Vegas and you're telling me I got to put money on one guy not to finish the series, unfortunately I got to go with Colt Nichols. I mean, he hasn't been healthy. He's coming in somewhat unhealthy, so I'm going to say Colt Nichols. Unfortunately, and I pray I would wish this upon nobody, and I hope I'm wrong.
I say Faulkner, just because
you're such a dick, Johnny.
History doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. And I hope he doesn't get hurt. But if we're talking about who potentially injuries, right? Like I mean,
Yeah, I
all
won't finish
this
the
whole
series.
this whole
Yeah.
concept is just being a dickhead, is because you're talking about what potentially could happen. You know, I
Yes.
would say that would be my rider on the factory. Coach?
I have to go with Jet Reynolds. I don't think he's been healthy enough to get into the series. I don't think if he gets in the series, he'll last. It's a product of the flaws associated with the amateur development program, specifically Team Green. They burnt through Styles Robertson. They blew through and exhausted Chase Hymas. They've done the same thing with Jet. They've done it with Ryder D. It'll be interesting. No disrespect. You just have to go off the history. So yeah, I put Jet Reynolds. If he can even start, I don't see him finishing. We've already seen it in Supercross. He didn't even make it to the opening round. So I'm going with Jet, Team Green. That team's got a lot going for it with Handmaker, Faulkner, McAdoo, Shimoda. So I don't see Jet staying the course.
Well,
Hopper?
on that note, we've gone full circle. We've gone happy, well, bad, happy, back to bad.
Dead.
Fix a sport, come back.
Yeah. So, everybody join the conversation. This was a very long conversation. We want to hear what you guys have to say because, truthfully, we get to decide what grows and what doesn't. You know, we get to decide to put our money where we think is most deserving. So, with that being said, leave the damn comments. Leave comments. We all like comments. And I'm just going to continue to digress. So, this is Johnny Effenhopper is out. We've got Cooksey on my right or left, depending on where he's looking at. Then we've got the wonderful Coach Rob.
Thanks so much, guys. Much appreciated.
Rob?
Yes.
Rob? Come on, you guys got to do it last one. Last one.
Okay, fine.
Let's hear you. Bro, where's your middle finger? Cooksey, And for the rest of you 30,000 wonderful dirt bike folks, Cooksey's got a couple videos that is the biggest disappointment. He's got a nice one on the World Supercross, crushing motocross and supercross, and also he's got the 250 prediction show over there, so go check that out.